So you've started promoting your event. Are you watching all the analytics, and are you watching the right analytics? Let's take a look at what you should be looking at. Hi, I'm Sheryl Loch with Ginger Roots Media, and I'm back again with
Lany Sullivan with Events by Lany. All right, so remember how Sheryl loves a few of these topics? This is another one that she loves. And we're talking analytics. Now, people are really stuck on their likes and and I'm talking like their follower likes and how many people, their vanity numbers. I'm losing my words already today. So vanity numbers, and you're really stuck on those, but there's actually some legit analytics that you need to be paying attention to. And the power of your analytics, before I let Sheryl go, because I won't be saying much after this, the power of your analytics year over year is really a good, data source to be able to look at how you're growing all of your platforms year over year. So you really want to be able to collect that data. So you really want to know what you're looking at. And hence, I turn the tables over to Sheryl.
Okay, let's start with something that I am not an expert on, and I'll say this right from the get-go. There are people far, far, far better at this than me. Your site analytics,
Yes.
which is your Google Analytics.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go in there and check out certain things? Yes. If you want to understand fully Google Analytics, then there are people that are better at that.
We have some videos about that as well.
Yes, we do.
With David Kutcher of Confluent Forums, and he's freaking brilliant at Google Analytics.
So I'm going to touch on Google Analytics and what you need to watch for, but I am not going to dive deep into it.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
So the thing is with Google Analytics, a lot of event creators and bloggers, a lot of people have a website, but they don't understand watching their Google Analytics.
Mm-hmm.
And mainly for an event, when you're doing your promotion, what you're going to want to see is you've got a landing page. If people are clicking that link and going to that landing page, are they leaving? When are they leaving? Are they following through and getting on your list to get more information? Maybe you haven't even set up the sales process yet. You're building your list. This is coming. Get on the list and we'll update you as we figure this out. Are they actually clicking the buy button and finishing that process? So you're going to be looking at those type of analytics. And where are the clicks coming from?
I was just going to ask, can we track the source?
Oh, hell yes.
And do we want to track the source?
Oh, hell yes. And so that's another part of it is, are your clicks coming from social media or from your email? Where are they coming from? And rather than spending hours going into just this part, I want you to be aware of the fact that you need to track them. There is no possible way I can cover in one video everything you need to understand about each platform's analytics, but we want you to know these are of utmost importance. This is not just I got some sales.
Well, especially if you're going, the whole point of the series is obviously, as we've talked about, the big picture. So if you're going year to year to year, you, like I said at the beginning of this video, you want to be able to track those and collect that data so you can analyze it and improve it from year to year and improve your sales. So if you're just going to do a one and done, then sure, don't waste your time. Well, I say sure, but I'm not an analytics person.
The thing is, if you've got your landing page up for 3-6 months before your event, and you may think it's great, but if people aren't clicking that buy, or they're not clicking through, or you find out they're clicking through to the wrong thing because you have something displayed that maybe doesn't lead them to the sale, it leads them off a little route, you need to know that. You may need to change your copy. You may need to change your page layout. There's a lot of things you can start tweaking and keeping track of those tweaks to see if that helps. You may have done A/B testing. I will tell you right now, a lot of people don't do it. That's a little more involved, but all of that stuff has to be tracked from the moment that page goes live.
Yeah, so you definitely want to set it up beforehand, just like everything else we tell you to do. Prep it beforehand, so then when it goes live, all you're doing is monitoring it from live going forward.
Right. Make tweaks where you need to.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we know you need to be tracking your website and what comes to your website, how they get from your website. I mean, you can even track to see if you're holding your event in the United States, most of your people are going to be from there. And all of your website traffic seems to be coming from BFE.
Like India, we got a problem.
You might want to start looking at why that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot involved,
Right.
but it's all things that you can handle with a little bit of education,
Mm-hmm.
or you can hire someone to handle that, especially a big event.
Yep.
It may well be worth your money to make sure it is set up properly so that it's easy for you. So,
all right, so what's next? So we want to go, which one do you want to go to next? A plethora of options.
I know. Why don't we cover your favorite?
Oh.
We're going to cover Lany's favorite, which makes her say bad words on my channel. Facebook. If you haven't watched the other videos, you don't understand this. Lany hates Facebook, but it can be very necessary. And the thing is, what a lot of people watch when they come to me and they're planning an event or planning any kind of promotion or want to just build, they say, I have this many followers on my Facebook page. I say, great and fine. That's awesome.
Great. Good job.
Yeah, I don't care if it's 10. Hey, you got 10. Good. Let's see what we got. You could have 1 million. I'm going to look at the same things. Put me as a manager. I'm going to go into your insights.
Mm-hmm.
They say, look, I put out this native Facebook video and it got 5,000 views and I'm buying ads on it. Now, while I'm not going to go into the whole how to buy ads on Facebook and all, we're going to look at this because it all falls in part of it.
Well, didn't we have one? We had a client that had created a video that they used copyrighted images and content on. Number one, we cover that as well, so go back to those videos.
Don't put that in my brain.
Then they bought ads on it, and they had over 3,700 views on it, and they were so excited because they had all these views. Now I want you to take it from there because I want you to, we actually have seen this live and in person, and we both wanted to pull our hair out.
I've seen it on several pages where they bought ads. The venues will do this too.
Yeah.
So yes, on the outside it said they had X amount of views. They thought the video was hot, so therefore they paid to have it sent through and promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. When I went into the back end of their Facebook and started looking at the video analytics for that particular video, nobody watched it with the audio on. Without the audio, that meant they didn't hear anything. They just saw a nice video
wait,
clip.
3,700 views and no audio played.
No.
Okay. That's a problem. I'm hoping you're seeing that. Okay.
Then, most of the views, when you start looking under 10 seconds, in that first 10 seconds of their video, there wasn't jack shit said. So therefore, no message gotten across. This was a 2 to 3 minute video for this particular one.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't even watching. They're watching 10 seconds or less.
And a 10-second view is not a view. If you think about, go watch a video for 10 seconds or go, it's nothing. It's no time.
What do you see in 10 seconds? So then when you look even further, 3 seconds. 3 seconds counts as a view on a Facebook video. Now what happens is, because a lot of people still allow audio play, when that video goes through their stream, it turns on automatically. It counts as a view.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a view. That is someone scrolling past to get away from it or hit the stop button. They've heard nothing.
Yes.
They have not gotten your message. They are not interested in what that video was saying, or they'd have played it.
So really, the front end view count doesn't matter at all.
Nope, except to people that don't know better. Now, if you just want to show some Joe Blow friend that has absolutely no concept of it, they might be impressed. They're going to say, oh my God, your video got 10,000 views.
That's amazing. And in your head, you're going, yeah, it didn't really. Yeah, not really.
Some of these people in their head think that they got 10,000 views, that 10,000 people were now going to be their raving fans. But when you have to go into the analytics of video, you have to go into the insights and look at each post. See how people are acting towards it. Are they sharing it? Are they liking it? And not from the outside. Are they clicking? Because that's where you're going to start seeing things. What actions they took. Did they click to your page? Did they just click on that post somewhere? Did they follow the link? All of these things are looked at in insights, not from the outside, not from stupid numbers. Break those numbers down, and then you can get numbers for click-throughs, and then start looking at your website to see what did they do once they got there. All these clicks came from Facebook. Did they click to buy? Did they immediately close the page? Because maybe something about that post got a lot of attention, so therefore they wanted to see more, but maybe your targeting was off, or your targeting in your text was a little bit wrong, because you were hitting people that thought they were interested till they read your copy and realized you're not for them. So this is why insights on Facebook is important. I don't give a rat's ass how many people like your page. Honestly, I don't care how many people like your post or like your video, because I can click through and hit that like button like crazy
and not see a thing
and not never know what you're talking about.
Well, think about how we live on social. Like, heart. Do we actually even pay attention to the content that's there? Most people don't pay attention to it.
No. Instagram, let's just go there.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into
Instagram. You go through and you double tap all them. You don't open up to read the text with them. You don't analyze. You look at a cute picture. Oh, that's my friend. Oh, I know them. Oh, I want to be their friend. And that's what you do.
Yep. So we've talked about Instagram, and we've recommended not to set up Instagram business accounts. So there's no analytics tied to a personal account except for your basic notifications. So how do we track? What are we tracking on Instagram these days?
My theory is I don't track shit on Instagram. That's not totally true. Instagram is a little...
Wait a second. I know better.
Instagram is going to be a little harder. You're going to need some tools for that. The thing with Instagram you have to remember is, like we talked in the Instagram videos, you're going to have to set up, because the only link you're going to get is on your profile of Instagram. So it's harder to test if you're putting out promotions and ads, because likes don't matter. Comments, while we want likes and we want comments and we want engagement, having a specific link to test different posts is not as easy, because you should be putting out at least one post a day. That doesn't mean if I put out a post on Tuesday, that Tuesday is when it's going to be seen by everybody. It could be Wednesday. It could be somebody.
It could be a week from now.
I do a lot of hashtag searches, so it may be a month.
Yeah.
So Instagram is going to be harder to track for advertising and promotions. One of the things you can do is just watch your interaction, but don't get fooled by your vanity numbers of 1,000 likes. I have an account with only 1,100 followers on Instagram, and I can get upwards of 200 likes that quick.
Yeah.
I've seen other people with thousands of followers, 10, 20,000 followers. They can't get as many likes.
Well, we were just talking the other day about some influencers, and they've got one of them has 12,000, one has 16, and one has 20,000 followers. And actually there's another one who's actually an Instagram influencer or Instagram professional who has 45,000 followers. And we went through and we just a comparison, on what they're doing, and most of their posts are getting 30, 50, 60, 80 likes. And when you have that many followers,
look at the ratio.
Yeah, it's the ratio that we pay attention to. So, yeah, so if you've got, so like Cheryl's one account that she runs, it's 1,100 followers with over 200 likes. That ratio is really good. I mean, it's a different account. She's not monetizing it, or it's a not monetized account, so she's not tracking it. This is a test account.
It's my fun.
It's her fun account, and she uses it for testing stuff out. But, so just because you have 12,000 followers on Instagram, like, getting 100 likes, it's garbage. Nobody's paying attention to you. So Then it goes back to hashtags.
Yeah.
So, but that's, again, pay attention.
Hashtag everything, everything, everything.
Go back to
And we went through how to run your Instagram.
So we're not going to,
But Instagram analytics just throws a whole new ball game in there, simply because each post is harder to test. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to copy and paste your link.
Right.
Most people don't read what you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And so the tracking is a whole nother mess. Do I suggest you keep track of how you're gaining followers, your comments, your interaction building? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to track each and every post like you can on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere else? No. Twitter.
She loves Twitter.
Doing the Twitter dance.
I was like, that's chair dancing right there. Look at that.
You haven't noticed I do a lot of chair dancing. Put in them earbuds and watch me go. I edit video. But Twitter is great for tracking. You can use different tracking codes on each link. So as you're sending out a promotion.
What do you mean by tracking codes?
There's different ways to run tracking links. I can hook you to a video about one that is a Chrome browser that allows you to track. You can also use something from your site, such as pretty links, things like that.
Okay.
You can have different affiliates. If you run the affiliate program, you can use different affiliate links. It can cause a mess later, but it's something we've done because I was in a hurry. But with Twitter, you can track different things you're putting out. So if you have a certain set of text and a certain image, and that's something you keep sending through as you're promoting, you have a specific link for it. You have a different set of text, different hashtags, different image, and you can send that out with a different link. So you can see what is actually sending your site traffic that buys.
So essentially it's an A/B testing on Twitter.
Oh, you can go
but
A through Z on Twitter, because you can do this with a million different things. And this is when you're starting way out, so that as you get closer to your event, you've got that down as to which promotion is working.
It's actually working and has a return.
Yes. If it's not actually getting clicks, that buy, you need to look and change things up. It may be something as simple as the image or as your hashtags, something quick. And it could make a whole world of difference, but you have to have each one have a different link, so you can kind of check that out. I love that. Now there are Twitter analytics where you can go in. Twitter will show you your analytics. And as far as that goes, like with any social platform, you're going to want to watch your engagement, your mentions. Not gaining followers, yes, if you're gaining the right kind of followers. So you're going to want to kind of check that, because just to look at how many followers am I gaining doesn't mean so much. Now, depending on what tools you use, some tools will show you analytics. Some, they're only going to show you the analytics for that tool. So if you're running 2-3 tools like I do on a Twitter account, that's not the overall. That's just this tool, whatever I sent through this one, and this one. So you actually have to dive deep into it and start getting it all together. Your general Twitter analytics is good for a lot of people. and can keep just a basic, but yeah, you're going to want to then have your specialty links, and that's what you're going to do a lot of your Twitter tracking with, is the link, not so much your Twitter analytics that they give you.
So your last one, and I don't know that we have time for you to talk about your last one because you could go for hours, but YouTube. So what's important to know on YouTube?
Everything. Everything.
And we're done. No, we're not. Really, we're not.
And like she said, YouTube, we're going to go into analytics. We're not going to go into analytics. If you've been in the back of your YouTube channel, you know there's enough analytics back there. I could talk to you for days. We're not going to do that.
No.
Okay, but if you're using YouTube to promote your event, during your event, after your event, just like every other platform, none of these things matter just for that moment. Like we talked with Twitter a lot about the promotion, so you get that right. But analytics, you want to watch and maintain, like you said, over time. After the event, preparing for the next event, you'll have your information to really roll when you start up next year's, because you've already got the numbers and the testing. So YouTube, if you're using YouTube, let me tell you, there's a lot of analytics.
A lot.
And if you're just looking by your subscriber count, if you're looking at your view count, you're not doing it right. Because those two things have very little bearing on whether or not you're going to make sales, if you're targeting the right fans, if they're clicking through. Here again, you're going to have a specific link for different videos so that you know, did this sales promotional video go? Which video? Now, as your live event, no, you're not going to worry about that. Your testimonials, you're not going to worry about the specialty link. You're still going to watch your analytics. In fact, I suggest every video you put on YouTube, you check through the analytics, not just the day it releases, but over time.
And how important is watch time on YouTube?
It is of utmost importance. If you don't understand your view duration, I suggest you call me immediately.
Yes.
Because that is important. But when it comes to promotion, so you've got, same thing with Facebook. So you've got a video up, you've been sharing it like a mad dog, and it says you've got 10,000 views.
Yay! Or not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. For one thing, you have to go back and look at how long people watch this, just like with Facebook videos.
So what's the YouTube watch time count as a view?
They say 20 seconds. They've said all kinds of numbers. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter what they say that is, because I go back in the analytics and then I look at that particular video and I say, this is where everyone leaves. So you've got a 2-3 minute video, and at 30 seconds, we see it's going along, boom, everybody leaves right then. Well, I want to know what you said at 30 seconds that just pissed everybody off to leave. Because either you announced a link and they're clicking off because they're heading straight over, which is good, or you've said something and turned them off and they've left completely without following through. So view time is more important than views. Just because you have a high number of views, if that mark where they drop off is not them going to your website, then you've got to redo this video. So you can do the same type of testing, and it's when you do, say you're going to do the interviews with your speakers and sponsors, you're going to watch and see, where do people leave? Where do people stay? What interests them? And you can see all of this in your YouTube analytics. And do I expect an event creator to fully understand YouTube analytics at any one given point? Probably not, because I've tried.
They don't. Here's the thing. Let me step in on that. If you're going to hire a professional, then you need to trust the professional with what they're saying. Now, if you don't trust a professional, then you need to hire a new one, because if you don't trust what their word is and what they're trying to tell you, because normally most professionals that I know, they're trying to help you. They're not trying to hurt your business. So if somebody says, hey, your followers, your viewers are falling off at 35 seconds, and so we need to, you got to redo that video and tweak it and adjust it, because we've looked at your website analytics and they're not going to your website from YouTube, or they're not going to your website from Facebook, then we need to re-edit that video, change it up, change something else. And the thing is that too many business owners and too many creatives event creators think that they know what their audience wants because they have 1,000 views or 5,000 views, but you're not going in and doing that deep dive. Ha! I did it. I got it in. Yes. You're not going into the analytics, and you're not looking at what's really happening in your
real numbers.
Yeah, you're not looking at the real numbers. And the only reason I'm passionate about it is because I've learned from this one, and Sheryl has taught me over the last 4 years how to look at my analytics. And I'm not a professional. I still get lost in YouTube, and I still have to call her and go, where am I going again? Because I don't remember. But I've learned that
I think that was last night when I said, oh my God, I failed you.
I learned something new last night. But the key is that I've learned. I still can't tell you everything about analytics and all of my stuff, but I know like what my problem areas are, or what to watch out for. Not necessarily problems, but what to watch out for. To say, okay, this may look good publicly, but this is what the real number is privately, and this is what's really happening, so I can make adjustments on my website, my videos, my content, across the board.
Optimization.
My optimization.
You may be getting all your views again
Yeah.
from BFE, and that's not your target. So let's go in and look and see, is it your promotion of your video?
Yeah.
Is it the metadata has somehow got you screwed up? Is it a setting in your YouTube channel? All of these things can come into play. They can be fixed.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to be aware of how to find that out. Because if you just look at a front end number and say, oh, I got X amount of likes, or I got X amount of comments, and are those comments any good? Oh my God.
Yeah, so you really need to trust your professional, and if your professional is telling you that your front end numbers are great and there's nothing more, then they're lying to you, or they don't know any better. And I've seen a lot of that too. A lot of social media experts are not really experts. They really haven't dug into those analytics, and they haven't really learned how they run. So
analytics is everything when it comes to promotion.
What is it? Everything other than the hashtag. If you're using the hashtag right, maybe your analytics will be better. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys. So I think that's all we can really get into.
We're in. There's no way I can say more. Well, I can.
We can. We could really go into more, but to get to
and Zoe is excited about analytics, as you can tell.
Yes.
She is rocking these numbers.
Exactly. So, all right, guys, get more information and get on the list over at eventsbylany.com/knowledgebase.
And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because you don't want to miss anything we have to share.